Hello, dear friends. I'm Marina from MarsStars.net, and this is the June horoscope for everyone who has their sun or ascendant sign in Capricorn. One of the most interesting months during the whole year, with probably one of the most important events. We have Mars going retrograde, guys. And this is something we need to be prepared for because it's not so easy, it's not so familiar. And the reason is because actually it happens once in 2 years. So we need to know where exactly Mars will be retrograde in our charts in order to prepare for that. But more on that topic at the end of the video because basically the event happens by the end of June. Now let's start with the beginning of June actually and the most important events. First of all, we have something very, very positive. We have a grand trine in water signs. We have Venus in Cancer plus Jupiter in Scorpio and Neptune in Pisces. And together they're forming a configuration which is called Grand Trine. It literally looks like a triangle. And it's probably the most harmonious aspect configuration in astrology. And it brings you success, it brings you positive experiences, it brings achievements. Very, very nice combination. In your case, the topic which will be mostly activated is about relationships and connections with others, because the three planets are actually falling in third, seventh, and 11th house. And these are actually the houses related to connection with other people, to communication, and basically everything which connects you to others. So for some of you, this might be a great time for new friendships, also wonderful time for new relationship, or anything which is important for the community that you are part of. And all of those things will be related to some pleasant emotional experiences. The water as an element is related to emotions, feelings, sensitivity, and also great imagination. So really try to, connect with other people and you may absolutely enjoy the experience. Now, this grand trine will actually be important for us during the first week of June. So the whole first week of June is very, very positive and supportive for us. By the way, in the description below this video, you can find the dates of all of the events which I will talk about in this video, plus also exact ingressions of planets in signs and which houses will be activated in your chart. Also, the beginning of June, we have the sun in Gemini in your 6th house. So great time to concentrate on work. 6th house is not about entertainment. It's not about having fun or, just relaxing. 6th house is about responsibilities and obligations and your work and things you have to do. So try to be more organized, try to be more precise, and try to take care of those things. After all, the sun can really motivate you and can help you to take care of the responsibilities easier than usual. Also, wonderful time for starting a new job, maybe starting your own business if this is something you're interested in, or applying for a promotion. And remember, sixth house is also related to your health. So maybe you can start a new health regime, a new diet, something that will improve your physical condition, or maybe just go to some regular exams just to check if everything is okay. So attention to our health. After the 21st of June, the sun enters Cancer and 7th house. And this is a fantastic time for relationship issues. Some of you can really feel reconnected with your partners. Others may find new partners, can start relationships. And basically, everything which you're doing can be supported by someone else. You can get some important advices. You can get help with something concrete, or you can follow the example of another person. So really try to connect with others. This is very, very beneficial for you by the end of the month. Also, at the very beginning of June, we have Mercury in Gemini in 6th house. Mercury feels very comfortable in 6th house. This is, after all, the house which is naturally related to Mercury. So wonderful time to concentrate on practical issues in terms of your work and career. Also to be more organized, to pay attention to details. Mercury in Gemini is also very analytical and very practical and focusing on small things and details. So really try to do that in your work. Really try to pay attention to the small things and details, to organize, to structure things. And also wonderful time for signing business contracts, for having some business negotiations as well. After the 12th of June, Mercury enters Cancer in your 12th house. So also very productive for negotiations with others and basically connecting more. Remember that 7th house is about partnerships, business partnerships, and also personal partnerships. And Mercury is the planet of communication. So this is really the time to connect together with your partner, to share your feelings, to share not exactly feelings necessarily, but also mostly your ideas. So what do you think about your relationship? What do you think about your partner? What would you like him to know about you? And remember also to listen to your partner. Mercury is about exchange of information, so we need to remember that as well. And after the 29th, Mercury will enter Leo and 8th house for you guys. And this is kind of a challenging position, not always, but in some cases can make you more introverted, more focused on some personal issues. And also you may have some trust issues as well. Now, this is a positive transit, on the other hand, for transforming some of your ideas. If something needs to be changed, something needs to be fixed, this is a great time to concentrate on that and research something. 8th house can be related to science, to research, to occult issues. So you can really go deep into something and understand the deep meaning of certain topic. All right, so next we have also Venus. Venus is in a very harmonious position for Capricorn at the very beginning of June because it's in Cancer and in 7th house for Capricorns. Venus is the traditional ruler of 7th house, so very harmonious position, specifically for your love life, for communicating with your partner, rebounding with your partner, finding the sparkle again, sharing your feelings. For others, it might be a great time for a new date, for meeting someone special. And basically, relationship issues will be very important for you. At the same time, might be very positive. Remember, we have this fantastic grand trine at the beginning of June, which really, really supports the romantic area for you guys. And after the 13th of June, Venus will enter Leo and your 8th house. Kind of a challenging position in some cases, not always, requires from us to transform something on an emotional level. Maybe something which you might be hurted from, maybe something which has disappointed you in terms of relationships or your partner, and try to transform this energy. Also, in some cases, actually, it might be about financial issues. And from that perspective, this is actually a positive combination. Venus, one of its sides is related to finances. 8th house is about mutual resources. So you can benefit from something financially through other people. And also, it might be a positive transit for investing money. Then we have Neptune. Neptune will go retrograde from the 19th of June. Now, this is not such a big issue because Neptune is retrograde a couple of months each year. So not something so significant or problematic. But the most important is to pay attention of the days around the stationary period. So a couple of days before and after the 19th is where we need to be really careful. And in this concrete case, Neptune is stationary at the 16 degree and 30 minutes of Pisces, which is your 3rd house. Of course, always check if certain cusp of a house, or another planet is activated close to this degree. It always shows important events or, situations in your life. And Neptune in third house requires a lot of attention in terms of information. If you're working with documents, if you are planning something, if you're going on a trip, please be very careful around these few days. Also, in your communication with people, there might be some misunderstandings, some, untrue information, sometimes intentionally, sometimes unintentionally, but people make mistakes. And finally, we can talk about Mars, which is the biggest event during this month. Mars goes retrograde from the 27th. Remember that you can check everything in the description below. Plus, there will be a webinar about Mars retrograde. And again, the link is in the description below. Everyone who signs up for this webinar will get also a personal report by me describing which houses will be transited by Mars retrograde this 2-month period. And also, are there any major planetary aspects that Mars retrograde will make with your natal planets? This is extremely important, guys, because it can show you how important and how stressful this period can be for you, what you need to be careful with, how to prepare, what should be avoided. Also, you will get a calendar for the daily position of Mars in the degrees, and in this way you will know when exactly Mars can activate something in your chart. Mars, in your case, will be retrograde in second house, not only because it will also go back to Capricorn at some point, but specifically for June, Mars is still in Aquarius. So the focus is on finances, material issues, practical issues, and remember also your health. Energy issues, rebalancing, recharging, these topics are very important. So be careful with your health, be careful with financial decisions. And if you want a more personal, more specific information, please find the link in the description below and sign up for the webinar. Plus, remember the information about all of the events which I talked about, exact dates, exact ingressions, specific positions in your chart. All of that you can find below the video for a future reference if you need to. So thank you so much for joining me and listening about the video for this exciting, important event and whole month actually. And I hope it was helpful. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you very soon.